Well, Forbidden Door is going down on Sunday afternoon from the O2 Arena in London, England, and Will Ospreay is going to literally kill himself.
Oh my God. Before we get into Forbidden Door, let's talk about how hot Dynamite was. Holy crap. I mean,
God.
Dynamite's been on a consistent hot streak, just absolutely consistent. Now, I'll tell you just to highlight a few moments on there, like obviously the Cope and Christian thing is pretty epic. What they're doing with Athena, with like the rising star Athena in AEW is fantastic. But specifically, I wanted to highlight, and this is going to transition into Forbidden Door stuff, but like Hangman Adam Page and MJF. MJF did an MJF thing. He doesn't have to use his contract. All of these stipulations that give him advantage, on the back end, like where are we going with that?
It's been so good, and like all three of us were at Dynamite a few weeks ago when it was here in Cleveland, and that honestly felt like a pay-per-view. For God's sakes, out of nowhere, we get Speedball versus Jon Moxley, and I'm like, I didn't know I needed this or wanted it, but after the match, I'm like, yeah, that was worth the price of admission just for that match alone.
Yeah, that match, that opener on Dynamite, and back-to-back openers for Moxley against the members of Jet Speed individually, because the next week he would take on Kevin Knight in his own hometown in Moxley's hometown of Cincinnati.
Yes.
And I just want to point this out. Ever since moving up to heavyweight, Kevin Knight has been jacked, and he looks great.
He really does.
I mean, it's one of Tony Khan's best homegrown hires in a very long. I'm glad that he finally got over tapping the NXT reject talent pool, and he's finally like scouting his own homegrowns. Man, Kevin Knight is definitely in the running for top 3 best signings of the year. I know Rollins, you would disagree with me and say that he's your number 1, but
yes,
God, he's had a bunch of bangers. I mean, Speedball would be my number 2. Kevin Knight would be like my number 4, but he's having a killer year.
I'd definitely put. Well, I'm not keen to put Alex Windsor into that conversation just yet. She did just get here. Tekla, now she is definitely creeping up there.
I would put Tekla number 3 for me. I would go Kevin Knight number 1, Speedball number 2, Tekla number 3.
Okay. Where would you put Megan Bain? Because she just
with Joey Janela and GCW. Because that's what
I mean. I know where I'll put her, because I think I have been very vocal on the Discord about my issues with Megan Bain. How her push to the main event scene came too quick, and she hasn't done anything of note since.
I mean, she's not even doing stints.
She had that title feud with Tony Storm, and then
jobber squashes. Here's a random match with Ty Mello. Oh, that'll get the marks going. Jobber squashes again.
Yes.
Yeah, what they should have done with Megan Bain is let her cut her chops in Ring of Honor, because you're going to need an Athena replacement at some point, because at some point they're going to put some gold on Athena, and she's going to tear through the women's division in AEW, and it's going to be fantastic. I mean, if you take it all the way back to the beginning when they were showing her off at Dark, man, every single match was compelling and consistent, and she's hard-hitting, and she is wildly professional, and, she
fantastic, and her social media game on point with that, talking about porcelain hussies and all of that. She was fun back then. She still is fun, and she is creeping up on that 1,000 day mark as ROH Women's Champion. I do believe she will reach that. Like, without a doubt in my mind, she is 100% reaching that.
Well, how about her taking that? We could segue right into Forbidden Door. How about her and her? Yeah, her and her match with Tony Storm. Is this a clear cut, Athena's not going to chop it out and then they're going to put her up against Mercedes Moné? Or is, Athena going to put herself over and carry both the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion and the AEW one?
I do believe that is what will happen. I do believe Athena's going to win the AEW Women's World Championship, and the second she reaches that 1,000 day mark as ROH Women's Champion, she's going to get in that ring and be like, I am your forever ROH Women's Champion, and that's why I'm vacating the belt, because I don't need it anymore. I am the AEW Women's World Champion.
Yeah, I mean,
I could see that. I feel they've been teasing that they're going to go back to Tony Storm versus Mercedes. So that's why I'm probably at All Out if I had to guess. That's why I'm leaning more towards Tony Storm retaining in this match. Although I would love to see Athena take the title. But because
I don't think Mercedes is going to go after the Women's World title until she loses the TBS title.
you know, something I could say that AEW is doing very well right now is providing that actual alternative. You know, they're combating counter programming with doing things that are so fresh on the professional wrestling spectrum that it's kind of like its own thing. You know, if you weren't tuning into professional wrestling and you popped on AEW and then popped on WWE, it's like black and white, night and day. There's no getting between it. Now, in terms of Tony Storm and Athena, I'm torn on both sides. Tony Storm's character is too good. It's probably one of the best women's character portrayals in the history of professional wrestling. It's definitely
one of the best characters in men's and women's wrestling right now.
Period. Like,
yeah.
but definitely definitely Mick Foley-esque, right? You know, she has the ability to hop in and out of characters and
she was able to do that whole rookie Tony Storm thing during the second feud with Mariah May, which I thought was fantastic.
Yeah.
You know who she kind of reminds me of, and I'm curious to get your opinion about this, C-Boss. She kind of reminds me of Bray Wyatt in a way.
I could definitely see that. I definitely see the whole where you're coming from with that. How she's able to swap between characters like Bray was with Mr. Rogers Bray and The Fiend. Obviously not to that scale with Tony, as she mostly stays within the realm of the Timeless One rather than swapping between Tony Storm and Timeless Tony Storm. But she can do that, and she has proven that she can.
I think that's like what's missing for me a little bit from her is I want her to swap in and out of that. Like those two characters a little bit more. That's all. That's just personal preference for me. Excuse me.
I definitely can see where you're coming from with that, but Timeless Tony Storm is Tony Storm in a way. It's
that,
more
I mean, now.
Yeah. It really is. It's not just a personality she can turn on and off. It's who she truly is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By no means am I suggesting that I don't like Tony Storm's gimmick, but like, did I always connect with what Bray Wyatt was doing? No. But that's one of the things I loved most about him was basically his ability to be a chameleon. Like he could go from, oh, I'm regular Bray Wyatt to, oh my God, it's the Fiend.
And that was a very strong point of that character. That it was again Mick Foley-esque, where he could go from Cactus Jack to Dude Love to Mankind.
Wasn't there like a Royal Rumble where he entered?
That
like
is correct. He entered
97, 98?
I believe it was either 97 or 98, where he entered in 3 different slots as his 3 different faces.
Yeah, he came in as Mankind first, and it was him and Terry Funk. And Funker almost held out to the end. I mean, the last 3 guys in that Rumble were Stone Cold The Rock and Dude Love. Yeah, it was Mankind, Cactus Jack, Dude Love. I trust me, I've seen that one so many times.
I'd love it if they ever did like a Royal Rumble type of thing. Tony Storm comes out first as rookie Tony Storm,
then as Outcast Tony Storm.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then she comes back as Timeless Tony Storm.
Yeah, I got Tony Storm on this one, guys. C-Boss, what do you got, Athena?
I'm sticking to my guns with this one. I am going with the Fallen Goddess, the forever ROH Women's Champion, Athena.
I am also going to go with Athena on this one.
Well, let's pivot to some like Forbidden Door news more so than like the match itself, because we got reporting today that Swerve Strickland has been battling a 6-year knee injury that is finally getting to the point where he's going to have to stop and resuscitate. And the plan is that after Forbidden Door that he's going to take some time off to get surgery. That's going to put him on the shelf for 8 months if he actually goes through with the surgery, which is a bummer because, Swerve is arguably one of the best. He's definitely top 3 now, one of the best,
Oh, for sure.
male wrestlers on the entire roster in terms of both charisma, promo cutting, storytelling,
For
character
me,
development,
he is the
wrestling.
top dog. He
You
is
think?
the top.
He
For
is.
me-
I'd say he's up there with Will Ospreay in that they're like 1 and 2.
The thing is like Switch. Switch. I'm looking at the graphic and I'm thinking Kill Switch right now, and I should be thinking Luchasaurus, but like Swerve is just like he's already kind of done it all already, and with the prospect of him working with Ospreay, but then down the road, him versus Hangman, like it kind of makes you think a little bit, right? If Swerve is actually sitting on an injury that he plans on recouping for a year from it, does that mean that Hangman's going to hold on to that title in between here and there? Because we know all directions point towards them feuding again. They have not tiptoed around that not happening.
Yeah,
I do believe that should be the case. That they're gonna build up some guys for Hangman to take down, and then he's gonna get that Swerve match down the line. I would throw Hangman against Ospreay at some point. Kind of have to.
It's crazy that Swerve has been working with that injury, because I told C-Boss this. For me, my current match of the year is that tag team match from All In, Swerve and Ospreay versus the Young Bucks.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, that was just incredible. I had high hopes for it going into the match, and it still blew me away.
Yes.
But 6
I don't know.
years.
Mox versus Hangman was cinema, guys.
Absolute
cinema.
That was one of the bloodiest, goriest train wreck matches I've ever seen. I love it.
No, sir.
Overbooked to perfection.
Strickland Hangman #2, where he was drinking his blood and they were stapling.
They were
stapling Hangman's kids.
How about Anarchy in the Arena when Swerve took a staple gun to his own tongue?
How about Anarchy in the Arena when Eddie Kingston tried to set Chris Jericho on fire?
It almost got Bryan Danielson in the process.
Yeah.
We'll talk about Jericho at the very end of this, but we could kind of loop this back around.
Let's move on to keeping on the subject of Swerve, he has a match against the Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada. Let's go over that.
So for me, if he was fully healthy, I know Okada just won that title, but I would have had Swerve win. I really would have.
Me too. All day. Swerve all day. I love Okada too. Don't get me wrong. He's like my favorite era of New Japan was Chaos Okada through the G1. like that's it. Like it was perfect. Like you got Okada Kenny, Okada Shinsuke. Like you Hiromu Takahashi, you got Evil, you got everybody. Like you got Taka Michinoku. Like Okada was up there, but on this one, I wish it was Swerve. But with the injury, it's going to be Okada.
Yeah,
I pegged it. Even though I love Swerve, I pegged it Okada from the beginning because there's one man that has taken that belt off of Okada, and that is our current G1 Climax winner, Konosuke Takeshita.
Kenny Omega.
I could see a case for it being Kenny, maybe getting his revenge through the C2, but the story is right there with Don slowly but surely replacing Takeshita with Okada as his new golden child.
Well, with Takeshita has a free shot at the New Japan World Title.
That is very true.
Yeah.
So like he has standing agreements with both AEW and New Japan. He has contracts with both. He's as
well as he's still under contract with DDT.
Yeah, which is weird. All those Bushis are just up the east coast of Japan. So
So I guess going to that match, I have no problem with Nigel being in it. My personal preference still would have been Daniel Garcia. I think
Made
that
more
would.
sense.
I think it would.
Yeah. If the plan wasn't, if the plan, from what I remember, the plan was originally going to be Osprey, but then he got neck injury, and so they couldn't put him against Zach. So pivoting to Nigel, giving him, one last hurrah and all that in his hometown is a nice thing. But we all know what's going to happen as soon as we all know what's coming as soon as he asks Daniel Garcia to be in his corner. Daniel Garcia is 100% turning heel on him.
And yeah, I think he's going to be better as a heel, honestly. Although I absolutely loved the feud between Daniel Garcia and MJF leading up to All Out. And I did go back and watch that match. That was one of the best matches I've ever seen. Honestly, it was that good. So I do hope they revisit that feud again at some point. But I personally like Daniel Garcia better as a heel.
Yeah, no, I certainly agree there. Daniel Garcia, we saw his heel chops when he was in the Jericho Appreciation Society. That was the start of the whole dancing thing, the whole sports entertainer stuff. That was fun. But if he wants to go full proper serious heel, he can do that as well. And I think we will see that.
Yes.
Well, we're definitely not seeing Nigel McGuinness go over Zack Sabre Jr. Although I will say, Takeshita went over Zack Sabre Jr. during the G1, which that buster, that buckle buster he hit him with was absolutely savagery. Like
when I saw that, there are very few moments in professional wrestling that have made me visibly cringe. That buckle buster made me visibly cringe.
It looked fucking ugly. It looked like old school Osprey moves, like where you're just like, oh god, that's questionably dangerous as hell. Like it was great.
Shades of 2015 Seth Rollins with that buckle buster, buckle bomb that was injuring everyone.
Oh yeah, or the Steenializer. Remember that, Kevin Steen?
Oh Lord,
that is a
throwback. Okay. First of all, best wishes to Kevin Owens. I hope he recovers
sooner than later.
If we got a prime Kevin Owens versus like a healthy Swerve Strickland, good God, that would.
I'd like to see non-dad bod Sami Zayn against literally anyone outside of WWE. Poor guy. Welcome to Raw.
Yeah, give me another Generico Hiromu Takahashi match. That was.
Yeah, never.
Okay. Well, you brought up
about Hiromu Takahashi.
Yeah, speaking of the ticking time bomb,
we got Takahashi versus Fletch Dog.
That is good. There's no way Kyle Fletcher is losing, but it's gonna be
gonna be so good. I really hope that Hiromu Takahashi goes all out for his entrance. What he wore when he made his entrance at Wrestle Kingdom this year was so fucking weird.
Well, how about this? I'm going to pose an alternative to that. What if Kyle Fletcher actually drops and it tears apart the Don Callis family, and that's where Okada gets his come up? Like, there has to be some sort of standing agreement between these promotions where these belts are going to have to start going over to Japan at some point. Like, we can't be WWE and continue to take New Japan and CMLL belts and plant them on AEW, talent. The world that's looking pretty, WWE, 90s WCW, right? Like I like this could be there's a couple matches on this card and you're like, but this could be like one of those like they could pull a fast one on us with this one.
And you know what? I wouldn't mind that. Hiromu is if there were to ever be a guy from New Japan to be like to carry a mid-card title in AEW, I would want it to be Hiromu Takahashi. That man can do no wrong in my eyes.
He really can't. Of course, I'm a huge Kyle Fletcher fan, so
yeah. Rollins is a proud member of the Fletchlight section.
Okay, But from his matches, you can understand why, because he's just
Oh, absolutely. He is easily. We were talking about this the other day in the Discord about AEW has or is there anyone in AEW who's like a fast rising star that's like 2 years ago they were nothing and now they're like poised to be the next guy? I immediately brought up Kyle Fletcher because
Darby.
he is the one. Darby's up there, yes. You could make the case for MJF, though it took
No, you can't. He's already been the world champion.
I meant like from when he started in AEW to where he is now.
That promo. Go ahead. You or me first.
If you're talking like that, I can make an argument for Hangman then.
You absolutely can, but he was kind of already an established name due to Ring of Honor and New Japan.
I think that no one put it better than MJF in that promo that they cut not last week, but the week before last, where they weren't allowed to hit each other, where he looked at, Hangman, and he said, look at us, 2 peas in a pod. And he said, what did he say? He said,
2 day one guys.
He said 2 day one guys. He said, AEW's final boss, the champion, the hero, versus AEW's greatest antagonist. I think that is
character.
Yeah, the main antagonist. Yeah, it's an unstoppable force meeting an immovable object. I think that was very well put. I know he writes his own promos, so we're gonna get to talking about those two soon. But I mean, in comparison to Fletcher, I'd say up and coming, like him, Kevin Knight.
Darby's definitely in that conversation.
Darby, I don't know why Darby hasn't done it. I mean, I guess just to be grounded in reality, there is still a lot of controversy about Darby Allin being signed anywhere. We're not here to talk about, there's already enough going on in our society, in American infrastructure in terms of the types of accusations that were levied against people like Darby, and then
didn't Gigi Dolan clear the air on those accusations and say they were absolutely false?
No, she laid them to rest and said it's not worth fighting anymore.
Oh.
Because Darby is Darby, and Darby's always going to be Darby, and Darby's always going to be big. But remember, she backed up her accusations with receipts. Like she did that 100% facts. It is. I mean, it is what it is. It's sad to keep bringing it up, and the dude is wildly talented, and the past is behind him, cool, but you still, for that type of crime, you carry it forever. That's not the sort of thing you just forgive overnight. I've always been very staunch about criticizing companies that do this. Darby, who's that guy they just fired from WWE? What's his face?
Karrion Kross?
No. Like 7 or 8 months ago, bigger fellow. Darker complexion.
Darker complexion.
Looked like a Big E replacement. Younger dude. He had accusations for SA.
No. That's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, the point being, there's a grander hypocrisy in how these companies are booking these things, because you can't just say, I'm not going to book Marty Scurll and then turn around and book Darby Allin, because assault is still assault. So let's move on. This is not the podcast for that.
Let's talk about the biggest tag team reunion of 2025. Adam, and no, we are not talking about the Dudleys and the Hardys. We are talking about the rated R superstar Adam Copeland and the biggest asshole in the world, Christian Cage, coming together, an alliance out of necessity, as Christian Cage so eloquently put it last night.
They're growing on each other. They'll be back in the swing.
Yeah.
They're going to be, by the end of this, they're going to be swinging their kazoos and wearing giant sunglasses all over again.
I want to see them get back. Let them go on a silly, goofy Edge and Christian run. And I'll say Edge. I don't give a shit. I'll say Edge.
If anyone could do it, it's those two. If anyone can do it justice, is those two.
Honestly, it's not that I'm not enjoying it, but I feel like they did the whole reunion like too quickly.
But you knew they had to get the former members of the patriarchy out of the way to get to that FTR match, and they want to do it in Toronto.
No,
the
it's not that I like don't want to see this tag team match. That's not what I'm suggesting. But
and also another thing I do need to mention is that while they did reunite, they are not on the same page.
But like the whole like, and I get it, you had to get the patriarchy out of the way because clearly they are going to do FTR versus
yes, and Christian Cage did say that like he agreed to help me with my patriarchy, and I agreed to help him with FTR.
Which I think that's going to be for the tag team titles, by the way.
I am going the complete opposite way of everyone's thinking on that one.
But here's my thing: is I am enjoying the story, but I'm like, that reunion happened too quickly. Like, I would have liked it to have taken a little more time. Not that it like they had to have a singles match at the pay-per-view or anything. But
they've already had plenty of singles matches against each other.
Yeah, that's not what I'm. Do you kind of get what I mean, though, C-Boss?
I do, but I also do think that, with the tease at All In, the whole go find yourself thing, I do believe that it was going to happen.
Oh, I totally agree with you.
And I'm glad it did when it did, because now we can get, more than just one or two tag team matches out of these two. We're going to get possibly more. I don't think they'll get a tag title run based on who I think is going to win the tag titles on Sunday, win the tag titles match on Sunday, but I do think that eventually they might get a tag title run, just not right away.
Like I know it's because of injury, but I wish Nick Wayne was in this match. He's been so.
Yeah, I do wish it was Nick Wayne. I would have actually replaced Kip Sabian with Luchasaurus.
No. Kip Sabian is wild, dude. Are you kidding?
I like Kip Sabian, but Luchasaurus would make more narrative sense with Nick Wayne than Luchasaurus with Kip Sabian.
Nick Wayne is legitimately injured. He's going to be
on I know.
Yeah, 6 weeks.
No, Shane, what I'm suggesting is I wish Nick Wayne...
ROH TV titles are cursed.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Because not only is the actual ROH Women's Television Champion injured, but also the interim Women's Champion got injured.
Yeah, Mina's injured. But I wouldn't be surprised.
Athena broke her hand at All In.
Although I wouldn't be surprised if Mina gets involved somehow.
Oh, she's 100. Her and Billy Starks were 100% getting involved. There is no way they don't.
Yes. I'm surprised and maybe it's because Mina has a broken hand, but I'm surprised those two didn't have a singles match, to be honest with you. But in terms of Nick Wayne and Kip Sabian and Luchasaurus, it makes sense to have Luchasaurus be the replacement. And I think they actually teased the return of Jack Perry a little bit during that video last night. When at least to me, it seemed like the person like bringing Luchasaurus back to life, from what I saw, looked a lot like Jack Perry.
Yeah, I mean,
I wouldn't mind a heel Jurassic Express. That'd be fucking dope.
Yeah, too bad we'll never get what's his face?
Marco
Stunt. Yeah.
Heel Marco Stunt would be a fucking trip.
Yeah, he'd be a giant pillow that you just toss around.
Yeah, that's basically Darby.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just any small guy. Nick Wayne's a guy you toss around.
Nick Wayne's a high flyer, baby. He's real good.
Like Nick Wayne can actually wrestle.
Him in the best of the Super Juniors this year was fucking peak.
He murdered. Yeah,
Oh,
all the
yeah.
Super J. Yeah, dude, it's been a great year for New Japan, hasn't it?
Oh, for sure.
Well,
That's why
I got Cope and Christian on this one, boys.
Yeah, I got Cope and Christian. Overall, this card doesn't feel totally Forbidden Door like it has in the past couple years. I mean, don't get me wrong. Overall, the card looks absolutely amazing.
Oh, absolutely.
But
Let's
but
talk.
I'm just like, it doesn't have that same Forbidden Door feel to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Let us talk about the tag titles match. Let us talk about the Hurt Syndicate versus FTR versus Brodito.
That was a 5-star tag team match last night. Oh my god.
I agree. I'm still mad at Dave Meltzer for not giving Brodito versus the Young Bucks the 5-star treatment.
Yeah, that match was absolutely fantastic. The Cleveland match.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my
And
god.
Dave gave it 4.75.
Yeah.
That was my second favorite match of the night on that card, but for me, it would best
Yeah,
match.
I get it.
I think
Card.
Dad's getting dementia. I think that's the problem. Old
Yeah.
Melty Daddy is like finally holding on by a shoestring.
I mean, he gave Cody versus Cena 5 stars. That match was a 4-star at best.
That's
Yeah.
because the crowd was hot as hell. He said that too.
That is true.
The crowd in that match was fantastic.
So last night, a tournament final to decide who would face the Hurt Syndicate at Forbidden Door was decided between FTR and Brodito in a time limit draw, which I didn't think was possible for a tournament final, but that was excellent. And it ended with everyone murdering each other.
Yes. I love that. Bandito didn't realize the time limit had already gone, so he still tried to pin Dax Harwood anyway.
He still hit the 21 plex and went for the. By the way, that is one of the most creative moves I have ever seen in my entire life. Bandito's 21 plex.
Yes, I love that he tried hitting it twice on both
members of FTR, and they held each other down. That was nice.
Yes.
I do think we are going to see new tag champs tomorrow. I think it is time to move Bobby up the card into the main event scene. And I do believe Shelton it should start a singles run. Not saying TNT title yet, but the option's always there. I think that they need to strap up Brodito because they are white hot right now.
Really?
They are 100% white hot.
I agree with you. Brodito's amazing. The chemistry of those two guys is fantastic. You never expect him. You got like a world-class luchador on one side, and then this hardcore kid covered with tattoos from head to toe that spends the other half of his career screaming behind a microphone. These guys are communicating so organically. Their match at Cleveland, that one that we were at, was
against the Young Bucks. They had the Young Bucks on the ropes 90% of that match.
I know, that was my match of the night, dude. There was like no getting around it.
I do think that if it's not the Hurt Syndicate retaining, they need to strap up Brodito. And I know they probably won't do it, but I do believe that if the time is now to dethrone the Hurt Syndicate, Brodito needs to be the ones to do it.
The feud is not Brodito versus the AEW roster. The future feud is, I'm sorry, Edge and Christian versus FTR.
It is.
Cope and Christian Cage.
That's why they're doing All Out in Toronto. They're gonna do that.
But why would you have FTR win the tag titles just to lose them the next pay-per-view?
How do you know that? You could have FTR be the ultimate heels and beat Edge and Christian in Toronto in their hometowns. That just gives them extra heat as
No, Tony's going for that cheap pop. He's going for that serotonin dump. He's going for that nostalgia trip. He's giving him one more trip around the sun. That's what the intention is. There's not going to be a reality where they're not going to carry, if not for a couple weeks, you know.
It 100%. It's the same thing with Sting. Everyone thought Sting and Darby were going to drop the straps to the Bucks. They didn't. And Sting wanted it, but ultimately Tony Khan, and he said this, had to drag him kicking and screaming to that win in his final match.
Which is understandable.
Yeah. And then Danielson, he had to drag him kicking and screaming to put his name on the fucking title.
Yeah, that's true.
That is true. But it was a good way to get the title off of Swerve to give it to Moxley, which I know.
Although I do believe the original plan was to have Darby take the title off of Swerve because Swerve had the title, Darby had the shot because he won in that Rampage Royale thing. And then Danielson got the title, and Moxley was like, "Well, I should take it off of him. I was a big part of why the Blackpool Combat Club formed. I should be the one to send Danielson home."
Yeah.
I unfortunately I also get behind that, but I also believe that it was not Darby Swerve. I thought it was Darby Mox. I always thought that Darby was going to want to take that belt off of Mox.
I think everyone did until the Everest thing, and then it was like, well, who's it going to be now? And then Hangman stepped up, and everyone was like, we're all in on Hangman now.
Yeah. But since we're talking about Darby, we might as well go to the. Oh God!
No, let's do the women's match first.
Yeah, let's talk about the TBS title 4-way. We do know who that Stardom woman is. It is Bozilla.
Hold up, though, really quick. FTR guys.
Yeah, I got FTR.
FTR.
I still have Brodito. I am huffing that copium. I am holding out. I think it is time to strap up one of the whitest hot acts in AEW right now.
So your fantasy book, I fantasy book Brodito all day. I want it to be a thing, but I know it's FTR because FTR is not a problem to Christian and Cope if they're just a couple of bums that just lost at a pay-per-view. Like they're like whatever. We'll move it on to the TNT. Is it the TNT?
TBS.
Yeah, the TNT 4-way.
I could actually see a scenario where Alex Windsor wins the title by not pinning Mercedes.
So it would either be Persephone or Bozilla.
I would have Alex Windsor pin Bozilla and win the TBS title, and then you do this proper singles feud with Windsor as the champion going into All Out.
I think Mercedes is retaining. I have been fantasy booking this to the woods. The day Mercedes Moné loses all her titles, that TBS title is coming off of her last. And she just keeps gaining more and more and more and more titles. I don't think she's losing anytime soon.
Well, I think this could be another instance of a match where a belt could trade over to another promotion from AEW because there's no way that the standing agreements that he has with this doesn't put titles on some of their talent at some point. This would be the best way to do it, to have someone like Bozilla pin Persephone or vice versa. You know, either that or Mercedes retains.
Yeah.
Because I am still fantasy booking that the moment she is beltless, that TBS title is the last thing she takes. She goes full scorched earth, and whoever the AEW Women's Champion is at the time is in the biggest danger.
That'll be Tony Storm.
I think it'll be Athena. I want Mercedes and Athena to run back that singles match for the women and have it be for the women's world title. I don't know if I'd have Mercedes win the first one because I like Athena. I like her a lot more, and I want to see her have a lengthy run as champion. Not 1,000 days, but, you know.
I kind of want Mercedes to be champion just to piss off Brian.
No, that's exactly what I want. Mercedes being AEW Women's World Champion would be the greatest thing.
Because we would just rub it in our friend Brian's face.
Because he would be like, because we would be like, who's Women's World Champion? Oh, right, not Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, Botcha Banks, is that what he calls her?
Yeah, one of them.
Yeah.
He is a big Charlotte Flair mark, and I never liked Charlotte Flair.
No.
Yeah, Charlotte Flair sucks.
She does. She of the 4 horsewomen, she is the most overrated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with you. I would say of the 4
I'd
horsewomen-
put Becky, Bailey, Sasha, Charlotte. And that's not diminishing Sasha or Mercedes in any way. Bailey and Becky are just on that level.
Yes. Given her work right now, I would put Becky number 1 and Bailey number 2.
Oh,
But-
undoubtedly.
Oh man, how they're doing
Undoubtedly.
Bailey right now so bad.
I like last
I'm
year
actually-
she had a good year up until the Nia Jax match, and then it all fell apart.
Oh, good God. That's why I'm not liking
That
Tiffany-
was the one. But hang on. And I'm gonna call you out on this, Rollins. You're saying that Tiffany Stratton's reign hasn't been that good when she's been facing nothing but an oops all Nia Jax, right? Right?
Yes.
What happened last year with Liv Morgan? Oops all Rhea Ripley. And you praised that reign.
I don't know about praising.
That's
her.
fair.
No, he
That's-
was praising
Hey
Liv
man,
Morgan's
it's more.
reign
I
for the
mean,
run.
I mean this respectfully. Nia Jax it's like night and day from when
Oh,
she started
she's-
to where she's
She
at.
is 100% a better wrestler now than she was when she first started. Like,
You know who's
she
not?
has shown. Liv Morgan.
Jade Cargill.
And I will give you that as well.
Oh
Yeah,
god,
I
she's
just-
so
Wait,
bad.
I just need to keep pushing my Liv Morgan hate because I do not like her as a wrestler.
She's
She,
No,
she's,
Seabox, you
she's
do
talentless
make a fair
with
argument,
no
though.
charisma.
She has charisma, but her whole
What
she
charisma?
has whore charisma.
She's just Alexa Bliss with bigger tits.
All
That's
right,
it.
let's move
No,
back to
Seabox, you
AEW.
do make a valid argument, though, about Liv Morgan's title reign being basically Rhea Ripley. There was just something about that Liv Morgan's character during her title reign that I enjoyed, and
I mean, I could say much the same about what I'm enjoying about Tiffy's reign. I'm enjoying her character. I love her.
oh, Tiffany's title reign in terms of her has been good. It's just
It's just the whole Nia Jax stuff.
Yes.
And I totally get that. But that's not on her. That's on the booker.
All right, so you guys got Mercedes Moné or Alex Windsor?
You're kind of selling me on Persephone.
I would see I want to see.
Because
Persephone.
then Persephone can hold it over Mercedes Moné. It's like you have something I want, I have something you want, and then they could, at later down the line do title for title, TBS for CMLL, and have Persephone hold both.
Yeah.
Or have like a reverse hidden forbidden door. See these promotions have their own cross promotional pay-per-views where they're defending those types of titles. Yeah, that would be way more interesting to see. For the
I have Alex Windsor winning the title.
So none of us are going Mercedes retains. Realistically, I think Mercedes will retain. What I want to see is Persephone, because that would be a huge thing for CMLL to have one of theirs holding an AEW sanctioned championship.
I mean, CMLL is the first lucha, not by technicality, legitimately, CMLL is the first luchador company on Earth. It's been around for hundreds
And
of
they're
years.
arguably the biggest.
AAA had its comeuppance. There's plenty of indie luchador stuff going on in the South as well. It's hard to really gauge because both of these companies, it's like New Japan and All Japan and DDT and all those Bushi Roads, they've all had waves of success. Same thing here in America. I mean, it hasn't just been WWE, WWF, WCW, ECW. I mean, we've seen Ring of Honor pop off, TNA pop off, Impact which is still TNA pop off. PWG.
Yeah, I was about to say PWG's in there.
Yeah, so CZW's in there, GCW's in there.
Yep.
Our local boys in AIW are getting pretty close. They're getting national representation. Josh Bishop, who is a Cleveland boy who's been wrestling with AIW for about 6 years, just got a spot in a faction with Enzo Amore and Zilla Fat too.
Cool.
Yeah, that's super cool.
They've also been there's also Illyria's Mega Championship Wrestling, which I got to see a show of live.
My buddy Jay Tomatillo is a performer for that company. So
very nice.
Very nice. He's playing a traditional Italian, so that's well done, Rollins.
very, very nice, very evil.
Yeah. So let's bust out the rest of this card. We got 2 matches left. We got the Lights Out Steel Cage match, which of course is Gabe Cave the Enforcer, Young Bucks, and the Death Riders and John Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli versus
the Golden Lovers.
The Golden Lovers, Tanahashi, Will Ospreay, and Darby Allin. Man,
you've got a team of people that everyone likes to boo versus a team of everyone held together by only probably like only 2 good knees, and they're both on Ospreay.
They're being held together by the remains of Kenny Omega's intestines.
They are a team held together by duct tape, the power of friendship, and whatever magic Tanahashi's got going on.
It's like Captain America. Yes, the power.
You saw him power walk into the ring the other day. He couldn't run. His knees are terrible.
Yeah,
Tanahashi.
Yeah,
but he's still hitting those dude. I've been saying this for years.
How he does it.
Tanahashi is legitimately New Japan's John Cena. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're 100% correct.
Yeah, and he's still up there trying, and he's not always hitting, but he's always still up there swinging.
Still I like Dragon Screw. I always loved his Dragon Screw.
This match has to be the main event, though, right?
Incorrect. Every single AEW pay-per-view ends with a World Championship match.
No, not
everyone, but
except for the cards where the world title isn't defended.
Yeah.
Well, remember we had Danielson versus Jack Perry, but the main event was the Lights Out Steel Cage match. Hangman versus Swerve, and this is
also a couple Double or Nothing Anarchy in the Arena matches.
Yep.
Main event of the world title.
That's also true. All right. Strike that. Misquote me. That's fine. Whatever. I'll get railed on the fan hub for it later.
I do think the power of friendship is going to win over in this match.
I don't know. We just saw the entire Bullet Club come out. That for the first time in an AEW ring, the actual Bullet Club comes out, not the Jay White Bullet Club, and they're like, "Oh no, here we are to help the Death Riders."
I'm a little surprised because the War Dogs hate the Young Bucks. And yet Gabe's fucking working with them.
The Young Bucks are BCOGs. There's still connective tissue there.
We did see the War Dogs, but I did notice a striking one missing. Where's the Boss Dog?
Yeah, where's David Finlay? We're all still hedging on him going over to NXT, but he's starting to get a little up there in age, man. He might be sticking it out in New Japan. That might be a thing.
Surprise me.
It would not surprise me at all. I still remember when him and Juice were a tag team. Finn Juice.
Yeah,
their feud with the God over the IWGP tag titles was so good.
Dude, that's when Juice Robinson had the funky haircut and the glasses and the tie-dye.
Yeah, and they were
everything.
dressing fucking like they were in the Village People.
Yeah. And Finlay had the multicolored shillelagh.
Yep.
Yeah, shillelagh.
That was back when.
Hey, I'm not gonna correct you.
That was back when the God had the face paint.
Yeah, jeez.
And Tama Tonga would mock Roman Reigns.
Yeah. Dude.
Loved when he would do the fist pump. And I was like,
what is that? Loa, Tonga, and Hikuleo. Oh my god. Hikuleo signed. I wonder when he's gonna debut. Let's stick with AEW.
He already has.
Oh yeah, he sure did. Last month.
Tala Tonga.
Yeah,
Tonga.
Tonga.
I'll tell you what.
I'm fucking main event.
I'm still boycotting the Fed for the most part.
I did boycott for a while, and I gave it a second chance. I'm thinking about re-implementing my boycott, though.
Oh, I am boycotting until the fucking pettiness stops.
It's not going to. Like, they just announced
I know.
yesterday. Oh, guess what? All Out is happening on September 20th. Guess what we're going to do?
WrestlePalooza.
Listen, I'll give them some credit. At least they had the balls to finally fucking say, yep, fuck AEW. We don't give a shit. We're not the underdogs. We're a company. This is capitalism, and we're trying to fuck those guys over. We're not going to let them get a TV deal. They came out and said that publicly. That takes a lot of balls, especially knowing that they have the moral majority. But, in that time, AEW clapped back by absolutely crushing their fucking streaming numbers. AEW is beating
AEW
WWE
on Max is beating Raw on Netflix.
Why is like Dana White is moving the UFC off of ESPN? Why did WWE go, oh, actually, we're gonna move our stuff to ESPN?
Because capitalism. Listen, I don't want to hear about a bill. It's all about money. It's all about fuck people. It's all about like making rich people richer. It's complete bullshit. That shit with Karrion Kross was bullshit. Like that shit with bringing back Lesnar was bullshit because it was money. Like at the end of the day, like you had two guys on the roster in the same month accused of an SA crime. One accused and one was in a deposition for a sex offense 12 times. The one got let go and the other one's back on TV. But let's move all that aside. The ESPN deal is the biggest slap. It is going to cost you $780 this year for you to watch WWE. That's counting that's not even counting SmackDown. That's not even counting main event. That's not even counting whatever house shows they're doing their developmental. That doesn't count NXT. That's just if you want to watch Raw and the PLEs. That's fucking bullshit. Like $30. Listen, you're going to give me 3 hours of a wrestling show and give me 43 minutes of fucking wrestling. On Sunday, I'm going to pay $50 for 6 hours worth of wrestling and get 5.5 hours of wrestling.
Yes. Like
you're going to make me pay for a wrestling show to see 33.4% of a wrestling show in 3 hours. Get the fuck out of here. You're
like, I'm sorry.
Like the fans are stupid. That's fucking ridiculous.
Yes. Clash in Paris is their last show on Peacock. I'm sorry, but the card does not look that good. You have Seth Rollins versus Punk versus LA Knight versus Jey Uso in a 4-way. Okay.
John Cena wasting one of his final match slots on Logan fucking Paul. No thanks.
Logan Paul's not going to be around for very much longer. Feds are coming after him for the 133 million he owns as fans for a crypto scam.
Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, that'll be fun. Two big guys slapping meat.
What? If Roman wins, does he get the shoes that Bronson Reed stole back or no?
Man,
like, I personally still would rather see Roman Reigns versus Braun Breaker, but no, WWE won't let us have nice things.
No, they definitely won't.
No,
they're gonna keep Braun Breaker as healthy as possible,
and then they're gonna keep burying actual talent like Finn Balor.
Yes,
like Dexter Lumis. Yeah. Or LA Knight. I'll say it plain as day. What is LA like he's distraction
outside of his 2 US title reigns, he has done absolutely nothing in WWE.
He's a distraction, dude, and it's sad but true. Yeah, like LA Knight, which I like. It's not a secret that WWE's always talking about budget cuts, especially now that they're in bed with TKO and Dana White is kind of looming over them. Has some jurisdiction for what goes on politically with them because of his involvement with TKO. They don't care about the talent. It's a Matt Riddle situation. Doesn't matter how good you are. Doesn't matter how many asses you're putting into seats. Like there's no compromise. Like
which again, like C-Boss knows how much I loved that Seth Rollins versus Matt Riddle feud, and
it got personal.
Yeah, oh my god, that promo when we thought the cameras cut.
Yeah.
Talk about my family. Why
Go
don't we
home
talk
to my
about your
wife.
family? The
That fight,
fact that you ain't got one because your kids aren't allowed to see you anymore or some shit. I was like, oh damn, okay.
like when
And the
they
fight pit match was good. It
and
was
I love
great.
that
Even.
Daniel Cormier was the ref for that match. It was
Yeah,
that was so good. But again, I'm just like, there's a reason Dana White took the UFC off of ESPN. Why is WWE going, you know what? Let's put our stuff onto ESPN.
Because they think the fans are no, it's not that they think the fans are stupid.
they
know that
the fans are stupid.
they know that the brainwashed trailer turds that are still fucking, oh my god, Vince McMahon is innocent, oh my god, no one, the ring boy scandal never happened, like, well, president was stone cold stunned, like all that bullshit, like they're gonna buy everything. They're still the major demographic for professional wrestling, and they don't care. It's about money. They don't care who they're taking advantage of, and they don't care about the quality of their product. If they did, they would make their pay-per-views worth watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And NXT to Disney Plus win.
Yes.
What? NXT is going to? Did you just tell me that NXT is going to Disney Plus?
No, I was
Fuck
saying
me up.
I was saying that as a joke because ESPN is owned by Disney.
Yeah.
What? And now next on Disney Channel, NXT.
Yeah.
And now next on Disney Channel, Friday.
I'm Javon Evans from NXT, and you're watching the Disney Channel.
Logan Paul's back up there doing the draw on the fucking mouse ears. Oh my god. My name's Jake Paul. I'm a Disney teen. Whoop. Like,
you mean the same Jake Paul who's probably gonna get killed by Javante Davis?
I fucking hope so.
Can't wait.
Unless he's going to straight up, fix the fight like he did with the Mike Tyson one.
Jake Paul fixed the Mike Tyson, and that's so sad.
And the thing is, it was obvious that it was a fix. You could tell Mike Tyson was deliberately holding back.
Yeah, dude, like if you look at the training montages and the fight that we actually got, or just any, like, look at Tyson Evander Holyfield, look at Tyson, oh god, who did he bite the hair off of?
I think that was Holyfield.
Was that? No, I don't think it was Holyfield. Someone else.
I thought it was Holyfield.
Yeah, it had to have been Evander Holyfield because that's like his most famous opponent.
Yeah, hold on.
It
was Holyfield. I just looked it up.
Oh, nice. I was doing the same thing. I thought that was Spinks, to be honest, or it could have been Lennox Lewis as well. No, but you're right. It was. Oh, dude, it could have been Buster Douglas as well. I don't know why I didn't think Buster Douglas like off the rip, but yeah, it was Holyfield. We're winding down right now, boys. We got the World Championship to talk about, maybe a couple other blurbs that are going around in the wrestling world. So we've kind of talked, just to wrap everything around, because it seems like a lot of this show is centered around this match. We do have Hangman versus MJF as the headliner for the show.
And MJF has made 3 demands.
Yeah.
1, the title can change hands via disqualification. 2, the title can change hands via countout. And 3, MJF does not have to execute his contract for the match.
Which you could tell that segment last night was meant to be the Hurt Syndicate. You could just tell. But for some reason, they decided to do the breakup, which I'm fine with. I never felt like MJF really belonged in the Hurt Syndicate.
It was supposed to be Cedric Alexander, but he decided to sign with TNA, so they had to pivot.
Yeah, that leaked and it squashed and it leaked and it was squashed again. But it was Bobby Lashley. That's why the MVP went with it, because they want Lash to be Lashley came to AEW to be in the world champion circuit, to be a solos wrestler, not a tag team guy, which is probable as to that's why they, if you get that belt, we're coming after you. Now Lashley's going after somebody. It doesn't matter. It's just whoever's holding the belt. So
yeah. And Lashley should. I think that Lashley should get his name on that world title. If you're gonna have guys like CM Punk, Samoa Joe, Bryan Danielson be on the lineage of that title, Bobby Lashley's perfect.
And in my opinion, if you have power or Bobby Lashley win the title, I would have.
I know you're going with this.
Powerhouse.
Now, I need to suggest something while Bobby Lashley is AEW World Champion. Now, there is another World Championship within the AEW circuit, that being the ROH World Championship. Shelton Benjamin. Give that man a world title. I don't care if it's ROH. Give my man Shelton a world title. He deserves it.
I think Shelton Benjamin's fantastic and wildly underutilized.
Oh, one of the most, and Kurt Angle has said this, Shelton Benjamin is one of the most underrated professional wrestlers of all time.
I agree with you.
Yeah, but the big thing is there that you said Kurt Angle. So during that AEW show, I did get to talk to Kurt Angle for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
And like he kept talking about Kenny. That he brought up AJ, Kenny, and Shelton Benjamin, like during that conversation. Like I mean, Shelton's 49, looking 36. Like I could see it, like for real.
That man is like he's aging backwards. He is insane at what he can do at this level. And he's athletic. He's built. He's doing stuff that guys his size shouldn't be able to do, but are doing it picture perfect.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. But in terms of this match, it's Hangman's first pay-per-view title defense.
And I do believe he is getting the job done.
He should.
I don't truly see a reason to take the title off of him. He just got it in one of the biggest stories this year. He just had and he just beat Jon Moxley for it again with everyone banned from ringside. I don't see a reason to take the title off of him just yet. There's more story to tell with this. There's more he can do. There's more opponents he can face, and you do have to do Swerve and Ospreay at different points against Hangman for the title because they built that. They've already started turning the gears on those storylines.
Yeah, I agree with that statement. They're going to have to start moving things along, but injuries are still kind of preventing like the forward momentum on some of those things. I mean, like we all expected Jay White to be carrying by now, correct?
Yeah.
Like and poor guy is going to be on the shelf until mid next year because of his shoulder injury. So
that sucks. And Buddy's recovery is still not going well, according to him, on that ankle injury he suffered all the way back in February.
Yeah. And now you have, I think it's Colton Gunn out for a while with injury.
Yep, Colton's out. Orange Cassidy still got that torn pec. He's going to be out for a while. Adam Cole.
Orange Cassidy is one. I don't think he should have a long title reign, but at some point.
Oh, no, he's undoubtedly going to be AEW World Champion. It's just a matter of when and the story for it.
Yes.
I mean, when he returns, the dude.
Well, I mean, he got Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes recovered from that injury in 5 weeks.
Oh yeah, he was probably playing it up and all that, but he did fight in a Hell in a Cell match with that torn pec, and I will give him respect for that.
Yes, but no, I don't like Cody Rhodes, mostly because of all the shit he uses in his entrance. It just scares the absolute.
There is one thing that has gotten Cody Rhodes on my shit list for, and it's what he said on his podcast recently, that when he joined the Bullet Club, it wasn't cool. Bitch, the Bullet Club made your ass relevant again.
Yeah. Yeah, not even that. I mean, the Bullet Club had merch literally everywhere. You could buy Bullet Club merch in Journeys, Hot Topic. You know, even fucking Walmart had Bullet Club shirts for a while.
Yeah, I remember seeing those.
Yeah,
I popped for that.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just like NWO. It's just like, oh, my thing is here. Like,
yeah. and to say that it wasn't cool when you joined, it was at its peak when you joined. You had Kenny, you had AJ, you had I don't think Cody was there because AJ left in 2016, and it was just at that point that's when they started expanding into Ring of Honor and got Adam Cole, Adam Page, Marty. I believe Scott Norton was part of that ROH Bullet Club for just one night only. Chris
Amell. Or
yeah,
Steve Amell.
Stephen Amell, yeah.
Yeah, I say Chris.
Finn Balor was in Bullet Club, wasn't he?
He started it.
That's what I thought.
Him, Carl Anderson, Tama Tonga, and Bad Luck Fale, who's in the House of Torture for some reason.
I've told you this. That was my favorite version of the Elite. When Kenny Omega was world champion, you had the Young Bucks, and you also had Gallows and Anderson.
Yeah, you had the Good Brothers, an actual proper version of the Good Brothers.
Like that version of the Elite was my favorite because you had, plus that Kenny's was probably
you need to watch some pre-AEW BTE because that version of the Elite was the funniest shit.
Hey. Fuck the Revival.
I love those moments when Cody would just like casually just go up to someone and be like, fuck the Revival.
And that's how FTR came to be.
Pretty much.
Yes.
I'll tell you, I still think my favorite being BTE episode was Cody and Kenny, and Kenny's just loving on his husky, and all right, Kenny, get your own fucking dog, man, get the fuck out of here. Like,
yes,
that one's funny. The segment where they killed off Adam Cole.
WWE. Because you went to NXT.
Yeah, that was so funny. And the fact that they called that back when he debuted in AEW, when he's like, the only people that can beat me are not in this company, retired, or dead.
Yes.
By the way, if you didn't see, earlier this year, Kenny Omega killed Adam Cole with a Buster Sword.
I also liked the BTE episode where they had like basically a visual for Adam Cole. Like they had.
Oh yeah, the candlelight vigil.
Yes.
Another one of any segment that had possessed Cody Rhodes was just fucking funny.
The legend of the independent contractor.
When Hangman was talking to the Bucks and in the background Cody's setting up for the Sweet Chin music.
Oh my god.
I still
Then you had Marty Scurll calling Cody, see if he wants to come to his New Year's party, and then all of a sudden you hear Cody, SummerSlam's the biggest party of the summer.
I also like
Marty. If Marty got anything right, fuck Cody Rhodes and fuck the Young Bucks.
Yes.
Oh God.
I also liked not with being the Elite.
Being the Dark Order.
No.
Oh my God. The Dark Order and the BT.
No, I'm talking about the MJF Adam Cole stuff.
That stuff.
Better Than You, Baby.
Yes.
The bromance of the summer.
My favorite though was when they got yelled at by Tony Khan.
Both of you, my office now. I like when Tony Khan came out of the office like, what'd you say?
He is gonna regret that. Come 2024.
I was gonna whoop his ass. I swear to God, if he said one more thing.
My favorite was when they went to the Australian restaurant and did the double clothesline to the waiter.
Yes.
So obviously for this match, MJF versus Hangman Adam Page, now that we've connected all of the dots in their history, it's hard to. I don't think that Adam Page is losing this one. I think that
he'll retain, and then MJF will execute that contract later.
Yeah, I think my favorite emo cowboy is gonna keep on keeping on. I love that he went back to using his OG music, man. Like, as soon as that hit at All In, I think everyone in the world collectively knew, he's fucking winning this match.
Yes.
I mean, like, just something about that old cowboy orchestral hits, the positive, the major minor, just like, oh god, it's so good, here he comes. Like,
Yeah.
fucking love Hangman Adam Page, dude. Like,
The song is A Ghost Town Triumph by Vincent Padula.
yeah.
And it is just so good.
So
Yeah,
wait, speaking of that, what do you think of Okada's new entrance music?
Curiosity by One OK Rock is a fucking banger, and I will not take any criticisms.
yeah, it is a banger. I do
And
miss
also, it does make sense because Okada is friends with the band.
yeah.
And
I like that Okada listens to heavy music. That's
yeah.
great. Yeah.
And speaking on new themes, Becky Lynch's new theme by the Wonder Years, made specifically for her, by the way.
Yeah.
It actually sounds good.
Yeah, it is a banger. They knocked it out of the park as they always do.
You ever
Me
hear
personally
the
with Okada, it's a good song, but I like his old entrance.
I like Rainmaker, don't get me wrong, but Curiosity is a good new step for him.
you guys ever hear the song that Bowling for Soup wrote about Alexa Bliss?
I love that song.
Yeah.
It's a
The
banger.
only song I know by Bowling for Soup is 1985.
1985.
That's one of my favorite
Jarrett
songs.
Reddick made the theme song for Sonic Unleashed, and that is a banger.
Yeah.
And
So I got
then
Hangman.
I've got Hanger.
I got
Let's,
Hangman. And I think last night we found out who his challenger is going to be at All Out, and I think it's Ricochet.
I can see that.
I also could see that. So I got this new segment that I'm working on to close out our podcast, guys. Are you ready? I call it Potpourri. It's where we all come up with something. No, but seriously, if there's something else you guys want to talk about, let's kind of wheel this thing down. I do have one thing. I think it's pertinent to discuss the prospect of Chris Jericho going back to WWE.
Okay. I do believe that he should. There's nothing left for him in AEW.
I mean, he started at the top. He was the first world champion. I mean, on the
Yeah.
books. He's held every single belt. I honestly, if that's where he wanted to go, as much as I am vehemently against the entire infrastructure of the WWE minus some of the talent, he wants to get his name up on that Mount Rushmore, dude. And more power to him. It's his generation. It's his era of wrestling. So,
yeah, it is.
Plus, it frees up space for more new talent in AEW. And I'd love to see him retire from AEW as well. But at this point, I think it makes more sense for him to sign the Hall of Fame contract and get the hell out.
I definitely agree there.
I'd love to see AEW start a Hall of Fame.
I think their first class would be Jericho, Kenny, Moxley, Mr. Brody Lee, and Sting.
You could throw Ricky Steamboat in there.
Oh yeah, he did. He did some stuff with AEW. So did Arn Anderson, the Rock and Roll Express.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're global ambassadors for AEW, from what I remember.
Or for the Rock and Roll Express, the Von Erichs.
Yeah. Jake Roberts.
Yeah, Jake Roberts. Yeah. So
Jake the Snake.
But these are all guys with most of who we just discussed also have Hall of Fame contracts at WWE. So how would that look being in both the alternative Hall of Fame and the modern Hall of Fame?
Sting is in the TNA Hall of Fame.
That's why I'm wondering.
Even before he was in the WWE Hall of Fame.
That's why I'm wondering how it's going to work with Moxley, because I think the Shield will go in as a trio into the WWE.
Moxley should go in as an individual wrestler as well. He is a Grand Slam champion, WWE champion, Mr. Money in the Bank. He's won, but I guarantee you, because he is the ace of AEW, the WWE will gatekeep Jon Moxley from the Hall of Fame as an individual.
No, we already know this. They've all but eliminated Dean Ambrose's legacy, his character profile, even the name.
All he really is the modern WWE fans see him as is the third guy in the Shield, when he's more than that.
Yes.
Yes, world champion 2 times over. Dude, he had some of the greatest matches. Are you kidding? What was that?
And
I'm trying to think. It was Rollins versus Ambrose versus Reigns versus
Battleground or not?
I'm gonna get it
Well, that was the
versus
Shield
Randy
Triple
Orton.
Threat. Okay.
Yeah, because remember at the end of the match, Ambrose hit. Oh God, Ambrose hit Rollins. Rollins got hit by out of nowhere RKO, and then Reigns hit the spear, and then Ambrose hit the Dirty Deeds.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh God, that match was so fucking good.
Yeah.
And then,
Jesus,
of
why
course, you
can't they
had
do-
you had one of the best trios matches in WWE's history, in my opinion. The Shield versus the Wyatts.
I was
Yeah.
at Fastlane when we got the Shield versus Lashley, McIntyre, and Corbin when he was here in Cleveland.
Oh,
Dude,
and yeah, in 2019, back when they turned Dean Ambrose into a germaphobe.
Yeah. Yeah, because that
So
made
terrible.
so much sense.
It was Vince McMahon. It was Vince McMahon going completely senile and thinking, "Let's all put butts in seats, pal."
Yes. Like the heel turn with Moxley.
The
was-
heel turn on that night made sense. Everything about it made sense. And then Michael Cole's call on that. Not tonight, not on this night.
fuck Michael Cole. Michael Cole sucks eggs.
Oh, by the way, they are gonna have Pat McAfee for that show because it's gonna be at Gamebridge Fieldhouse in Indy.
Cool.
Fuck
Right.
Pat McAfee too, grifter. That dude sucks. Dude's a paid advertiser. I don't want to hear a word out of me. First of all, you're a field goal. You're a special teams guy.
You're a punter. That's
You're
all
a
you
punter.
are.
Go away. So,
Yeah.
what else you guys? What else you guys got? Anything you
I
want
want to briefly touch on something that came out today from Tony Khan himself about Yoda Tsuji, that he eventually wants to bring Yoda Tsuji over to AEW, and it seems like Yoda Tsuji is interested.
I'm on both sides of that playing field. Do we have room for more bigger talent? Like especially
And also, can New Japan afford to lose one of their young, up and coming main eventers in Yoda Tsuji?
I mean, like maybe it would be another agreement that looks akin to Konosuke Takeshita.
Yeah. And also, on off of that, Yoda Tsuji was supposed to win the G1 Climax, suffered an injury that it looks to have been cleared up by now. And so they had to pivot, and they did Konosuke Takeshita versus Evil. I'm gonna
Tony
say
Khan
this.
hates that guy.
I'm gonna say this. Either way, the fans were not gonna be happy. No one wanted Evil, and no one wanted Takeshita because Takeshita's an outsider, and no one wanted Evil because I'm gonna be honest. House of Torture fucking sucks.
House of Torture sucks.
Yeah,
Like-
and it doesn't sound like Evil's coming over to AEW anytime
Yeah,
soon.
Tony Khan said he straight up does not like Evil.
Rollins, what do you got, bud?
Honestly, I don't have a lot, but I will say this. I'm loving that they're keeping this story going with Moxley and Chris Statlander. It's got me very interested.
I love that Harley Cameron stuff. That was funny.
Harley Cameron, God, my future my TBS champion.
I love her. I think she is just fantastic. She is everything that she just is. She's just hype, and I love it.
I'll give
She
you
can
something
wrestle.
else.
She's got
honestly.
talent.
I'm actually surprised that we didn't get a women's tag team tournament and have the finals be at Forbidden Door, because you could have had like women's tag teams from New Japan, from Stardom. You could have had tag teams from
CMLL,
CMLL,
yeah.
and like that seemed like a good opportunity to introduce the women's tag team championship.
I think that they're waiting because I do believe that there is a women's tag team with one member currently on the shelf, and they're waiting for that woman to come back before they bring the tag titles.
My guess, though, is
who other than because you've got Megan Bain and Penelope Ford, you have Athena and Billy Starks, you have
Mello and Anna Jay,
Diamante and Mercedes Martinez.
Mercedes Martinez.
You've got Martinez. You've got Thunder Rosa and whoever looks like crap that week.
I was gonna say Rosa can run with maybe. Well, no, I wouldn't want to say Deanna because you had Deanna and Taya Valkyrie, but now Taya Valkyrie's with Morrison and the MXMs.
Yeah. Well, then
I think that their inaugural champions are going to be Statlander and Willow.
You got TJ too, though, out there in the ether.
Yeah,
and you have the Sisters of Sin, Sky Blue and Julie Hart.
That's why I'm saying it's surprising that they didn't do some sort of women's tag team.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna have the inaugural champions be Willow and Stat, they haven't even reconciled yet, let alone reunited. So how are you gonna do that?
I'm only worried because Rebel is still an AEW performer. Could be Britt Baker and Rebel.
Oh no.
Britt Baker's irrelevant. Go away.
No, she's not
irrelevant. Hader. She could be Jamie Hayter. Could be Jamie Hayter and Rebel once Jamie Hayter comes back.
Or Jamie and Hayter and Britt Baker. Because they're gonna have to find something for Jamie Hayter to do.
Oh, maybe Jamie Hayter and Thunder Rosa. Come on, that'd be great.
Please. Well, excuse me, boys. Let's wrap this thing up.
Yeah, of course.
First and foremost, I want to thank the people that are viewing this evening. We are the Fan Hub Rejects. This podcast is brought to you by Rollins and his community over at So What's the Catch. We thank you for giving us the platform to talk shit about wrestling every now and then. The plan is to get back on these pods more often, but life.
And
so if you're liking it,
bring in more people to do them.
Yeah. So if you're liking what you guys hear, go ahead and slap that notification bar and smack subscribe out to So What's the Catch and check us out. We're gonna do a Forbidden Door follow-up next week and hopefully get the rest of the crew on here. So that's it. That's all I got. That's the show,
and before we go, fuck the revival.
Fuck the revival. All right, boys.